And here we go. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the GH Spotlight and Recap Show here on JLJ Media. Who am I? James Lott Jr. And I'm here, of course, with my partner in crime and all things General Hospital, Frank Moran.
Thank you, everybody. Please remain seated. It's okay.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. We'll be okay for it. I'm moving up the chat room, so come on in. The water's fine. Hit that like button if you feel like it. I don't know. If you don't feel like it, don't hit either shit. I don't know. Do what you want to do. But watch us. Tell your friends about us. I also want to say thank you again, as always, to all the wrong show. All the GH groups that let me post this in their groups. So thank you. Special mentions to GH Canada. I love the folks up there. Ashley and folks up there. GH General Hospital Fanatics. There's a bunch of other groups that let me just go ahead and put it in there. So thank you for letting me do that. Share it with you in the comments and all that. We are on Facebook under J Stream Spotlights. We're on all stream platforms. So audio wise, you want to hear our voices? It's us. And it's my number one show. And there's my number one show here also on the video side on JLJ Media. Hit that subscribe button, bitches. Hit it. Number one.
Giant foam finger, number one, or else
I had a foam finger story too. I don't know where mine is either. I have one from something from a long time ago. And there's Tara Kendall. Speaking of Tara Kendall, listen to GH or watch GH Dirty Deeds. It was Tara Kendall who talked earlier today. Her show is called Port Misery. Talks about all the stuff that goes on. It's your kind of show, Frank. Your kind of show, Frank. Totally. About General Hospital. It's hilarious, Frank. It's hilarious.
That seems like a perfect show for me. Absolutely.
It is, totally. Terry, you should have him on your show. Yes. But that's out now. You can go ahead and listen to it or watch us here on JLJ Media. That's the GH Dirty Deeds with that. And earlier today, we did two Bold and Beautifuls. We did the recap with my girls, Tammy Dot Govea and Amanda Russ. And we had Aaron D. Spears, who plays Justin Barber. And that was great too. And we did that. And she was a great show about his role on General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Being Mary Jane, and how he almost was an NFL football player.
Oh, wow.
Went into acting instead. So he said, football, they pay you to hurt your body. So he said, acting, doesn't worry about that.
They just pay you to crush your soul. I guess.
Exactly. We talked about that, Frank, on the show. He did talk about that. Yes, very much so. But you can watch all those or listen to all of those here on JLJ Media. See all that, Jane? Good stuff for you. And there's also Born Before Rewind is out. And tomorrow, I sit down with the little kid who does these GH recaps that are hilarious. Max Updates GH, and James Lott Jr. will be talking. He's 7 years old. I'm 200. And we're going to
finally.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting, you guys.
Yes.
Very interesting, our conversation. That's tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And also, just a little side plug for myself, my 7th album comes out tomorrow. It's called Salvation is Possible While Dancing Your Way to Heaven. It's a dance album, and it's coming out tomorrow. So 12 new songs from James Lott Jr.
Dang, look at that. Check it out at your local club very soon.
I'll go to a club. I'm too old for that, but you can play my music like it's a club.
Yeah.
So check that out. Yes. So Max should be fun. We have a good time. So it's all your soapy goodness. Everything. Hello, everybody coming in. Thanks for coming in. There's no audition days. I can make sure I mention that. There's no audition days. The Olympics are on because for the next couple of weeks. So they're back. They're coming on sometime. I think next Sunday they come back. I'm not sure. But follow Audition Days. Follow Tony Moore and the gang over at Audition Days. They have merchandise. They have other stuff, so check them out. But there's no days because of the. Have you watched the Olympics, Frank?
I've been watching some of it. Yeah, it's but really getting into the archery this go around. I was digging archery. The mixed relays for whether it's triathlon or swimming. I've been enjoying those as well. BMX racing, very cool.
Yeah.
And now it's getting into track and field. So
cool. I watched some of the swimming stuff. It was kind of fun. I'm a swimmer, so I like the relays and things. But
and the diving.
Yep. Yes.
Exactly.
And of course, the big soap drama with Simone Biles. If I leave her alone, let her have her moment. So I mean, she that was a big soap moment to me. It felt like for this whole Olympics. It was like, oh, okay.
We need
Let
our
let
lead.
the girl, she's not feeling it. Let her take herself, man. Let her do what she's do. Let's let that go, folks. I look at that.
I was just waiting for the James Latt take several seats.
Take several seats, folks. Leave her alone. Take several seats and leave her alone. Just let her be. She'll be fine. It's gonna be okay, everybody. You're not gonna limit yourself, so get over yourselves. So we're here to talk to you about General Hospital here in Delta variant Los Angeles. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy here. So we're both safely in our homes. We're not going to talk about this, and as apparently it's getting worse and worse. Who knows? But we're going to hear talk about our drama on screen. And so, and two things before I start. These are GH related. Happy birthday to our friend Wally Kurth. It's his birthday today. He is a friend of GH Screen Spotlight. He is on Days of Our Lives and General Hospital. So happy birthday to him. He's had the best life ever. And then also on a sad note, Jay Pickett, who played on Port Charles, and also he also was on One Life to Live and a couple other shows. He actually passed away while filming his movie. Actually died on set.
Yeah, I read that this morning, and like, wow, that was sad to hear.
Yeah, it's very sad to hear, but in some way, like he died doing what he loved. I mean, it's kind of like a very interesting thing, right? I always say, if I want to die, I want to die on camera. It's in front of all of y'all. I'll just say, I will first plug myself first. Follow me at all James Your Soul, and then that's it.
Yeah, there you go. Follow me in heaven.
Follow me in heaven. That's it. I want to die doing what I love. So that's very interesting. But I know, but for the community, for the soap community, and for the General Hospital community, we send our condolences out to his family and friends. And I never met him. I didn't know him, so I didn't get a chance to interview him or anything.
Yeah.
Over these years, but I liked him on his acting. So it's very sad. And he was only 60, so I'm like, I'm not that far off from there. I'm like, oh, it's kind of crazy. That's kind of young these days. People are living longer. It's kind of young these days.
Yeah. You know? It's that is one thing. Like with like General Hospital giving its nice nods to soap history, whether it's Ryan's Hope, All My Children, One Life to Live. Not a lot of shout outs to Port Charles. I mean, in terms of some of those more characters created specifically for Port Charles.
Not a lot of Port Charles or even the night shift. They don't really talk about that either. And I'm kind of like, wow, they do all these other nods. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Those are both GH spinoffs. So I'm like, I don't, and they really don't do that.
Because I feel like, the Scanlon brothers. Yeah, why don't we hear anything about anything? So yeah.
I know. I liked Port Charles. Port Charles was cool. That was very different. Okay, so we're gonna dig in, folks. Everybody, forgive me. I'm a little tired today. I was just telling Frank. I took a little nap, and I think I napped a little too long. So I'm gonna try my best, you guys. My big hair and my shirt from Frank Valentini we got years ago.
Growing that hair takes a lot of energy. So
it does. My arm hurts. It hurts. I'm going to start with one, just something that was we saw the ending of this. So I'm going to pick up right from that. Ryan is in this minimum security prison. And Alexis said what we thought, kind of like, what are you doing here? And then Nicholas shows up, of course. And they have this whole conversation in front of him.
Yes. That I still don't understand how Ryan is in there. Locked in syndrome, or notwithstanding, like, really? So he gets to be in just this minimum security kind of retreat of a penitentiary.
Crazy.
Oh. I mean, okay. Yeah. But again, like we talked about last week, it's got to give Alexis something to do, I suppose. So so this keeps Alexis relevant.
And I think they're going to do something. I mean, to show him, they're going to do something with this. Something's going on. Because he had that little smirk at the end of all those scenes. There's something going on. And it's almost so cliche, so to speak. But I like the character of Ryan. I like this craziness. So I'm like, why not? I think I would almost like to see that he does come back. They think it's like, you might find they think it's Spencer or something. And Spencer finds it's not even him. And then Spencer, like, he messed with fire. I also want to see Spencer get a comeuppance of some sort related to real Ryan. I was like, you impersonated him, and then like the real Ryan comes. I wouldn't mind that.
No, that is very true. Yeah, you kept on, talking about the boogeyman, and now the boogeyman is showing up. What do you
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Right. And that's a horror thing that happens. But I'm like, the way they're doing it, it's like they don't mention people just because, they don't show them just because. I feel like something's going to go on where, and I think, I hate to think this, I hate to even say his name. You say his name 3 times, he appears. I think it's going to do with Peter too. Peter Ryan on the loose. Something's going to happen. I just have a feeling.
Well, I feel like it the reason I guess to have Alexis in there as well too, because I feel like this is maybe setting up Alexis's eventual kind of early release. She's got to have some way of helping to stop whatever Ryan's going to get up to. That's going to say like, all right, we'll let you go for time served, because I can't imagine they're going to keep Alexis in there for the rest of her sentence. They got to have some way to get her out of it.
Yeah, they got to do something. They got to do. There's something in there. Yes.
She's got to have Sonny saves the governor's daughter from the bomb explosion.
Right, exactly, right. Yeah. So I just love this whole. It's like they're setting something up. I think they're setting something up, and that's why that's going on there. But I just couldn't stop laughing at them. There's so all, and Ryan can't do nothing. And we go do this and this, and I'm just like, he's getting all this information just sitting there. It's like, because she's like, I pushed him to a corner literally, and it's like turning to the left from there. I'm like,
I would, yeah. That doesn't mean his ears don't work, guys. That is so.
I had to laugh. I did have to laugh on that one. So something's going on there. The pool setting. I have to say, and I said this on a show earlier, when Sam came out, all I saw was breast. It was just like, bam! Homegirl was like, everything was draped, and like, I was like, okay, that's the best we've seen Sam in a long time looking. I was like, we have a new set going on there. Between her and all the guys, everybody's walking around half naked now. It's a summer in Port Charles, isn't it?
I know. It's and I guess I was reading an article when it was first being talked about that they're still shooting now, so it's still going to be airing into September. So we got plenty of pool action coming our way, which just makes sense. If you're going to spend that much money putting a new set together, you got to get its money's worth.
Well, I kept laughing because I was thinking the same thing Trina was thinking. Are we going to keep coming here, and not working at the gallery? She's like asking me, are we going to keep coming here? And I started laughing. Like, yeah, it's like they're just keep coming over there over and over again. I'm like, okay, sure. The gallery.
It is nice where it's when they do have a hot new location for a set, for a soap, all of a sudden everybody's there.
Everybody's there. Everybody's there. It's like, it's just, from Gladys and all of them over there to Carly and them over here. We said this last week, and I'm glad we had it this week. I loved Sean and Curtis's conversation.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And it was, again, having a nice little talk again this week too. And the idea of, Curtis saying, hey, come work for me, as a way for, to give Sean something to do that's not falling back into the Corinthos coffee orbit.
Yeah, because Carly did say, you always have a job at this.
Yeah.
He didn't even answer. I'm like,
I'm good.
So I said, good. Don't go back into that. Like, don't do that. I'm like, no. But I like that him and Curtis are getting along. After everything that went down, they've reconciled the whole past with his brother and raising TJ, and so I like that. It was a cool conversation. It was like 2 dudes talking. It was a good conversation, and there was respect. I liked it.
Yeah, no, I am liking. I'm liking having Sean around, and I'm liking that they're wasting no time, just getting him into like relaxing at the poolside, hanging out in the park. Sean's getting to get a chance to taste all the perks of what Port Charles has to offer.
Oh my God, he's getting around. Yeah, he's getting around, folks. Yes, he is. He is getting around. We'll talk more about that. Says I just want to mention that. I just was saying everybody used to be seeing lots of body this summer all of a sudden.
But though we've never seen it, there's got to be a pool at Sonny and Carly's place, right? There's got to be.
Good question. I don't know the grounds. I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah,
they've never been over there. Like they don't even show us a big backyard either. They show us that one thing off the living room.
Yeah, and they're on a lake, right? Because that's so they're close to
true, folks out there. Is he talking the truth? I think so. That's a good question.
So
I haven't cared enough, so I didn't look into it. So I just like
I demand, a full schematic and architectural plans of the Corinthos Manor. Bring it down. Give it to me. I want it.
I know that's a really good question because I don't like. They have gates. We know that they have some gates that drive up. I'm assuming a big mansion. It's upstairs, downstairs. Did they even have a guest house? I can't remember. I mean, where was Taggart? See, Taggart was next door. They bought out next door, and he was next door, wasn't he?
Right. Yes, because
I Browns. We're at Kate's house. Kate used to live next door. We know they're next door.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a good question.
Hmm.
Anybody, but if you have like blueprints or whatever, just let us know about the place. I don't. So you guys are bringing it up already, and I will bring this up to you just because it's kind of a short storyline, just a short little thing. Monica chose to do the co-CEO thing, co-chief of staff thing, which I had a feeling was going to happen. I had a feeling it was going to happen that way, but now it's in Britt's hands. If she doesn't accept, they both lose out.
Gosh, I wonder if she's gonna.
Yeah, I know.
Or not.
I know.
Yeah. But I liked seeing Terry having that little bit of change of heart about Britt after she sees that conversation with she has with Jason. It's like, oh, maybe Britt's not all terrible.
Yes.
So.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The Quartermains have a pool. Yes, they have a pool. And the Q's mansion is on a lake. You guys, I know they have a pool. That's true. They have a pool. And Emily lived in the guest house. Oh, she lived in the guest house with the Corinthos. There was a guest house. Okay, there was a Corinthos thing. Okay. Alexa has a hot tub in her house that
Cool.
Julie got her.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, my Alexa came on. Quiet, Alexa. I said Alexis that came on. Jesus. I forgot that. I'm like, my train of thought. No one has the schematics of the Corinthos compound. Smelly had them wiped out. That's funny.
There you go.
There's a lake house, I recall. There's a lake house, possibly. So I think you're right, Frank. I just remember. But yes. So Britt, Monica, we see more Monica. We're seeing lots of Monica these days, all of a sudden. I mean, all the time. So that's going to be very interesting, I guess. We'll see. I'm sure she's going to accept it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, which hey, I'm good. It's a win-win for me. I mean, it gives Terry more screen time and some kind of a more important role and stakes at the hospital, and still keeps Britt involved in everything going on as well.
Exactly. And then you got I would get to talk about Curtis in a little bit. Yeah, the Q's have a boathouse. We know about the boathouse. We know that. They have about Michael standing in front of the boat. They have the boathouse. They also have the mausoleum there too. Everybody who's dead in there. They have the Q's have a lot of things. We know their place. I'm just saying the Corinthos place. Now I'm thinking I don't know much about their place. Like it's just
I mean, it's not just the mausoleum though, James. It's also a love shack.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's how Avery was conceived. I get so turned on when I see dead things and yes. Sure. Speaking back of the pool, your girl Gladys is just making her way just all up and through, bugging everybody.
I know you have a soft spot for Gladys.
I do.
Absolutely. These scenes drove me bonkers. Like this woman can't exist. But it probably makes me sad that a woman like that actually does exist. But because just the level of just willful cluelessness that she just wants to have. Where am I going to live? Oh, what kind of job am I going to get? What are you talking about? This is, yeah. I find her so irritating.
She's supposed to be irritating. That's the point.
But even more irritating than just like, there are just those characters that are like, okay, you're kind of like, nah. But she is just like, she's getting right up there in Sam territory for me, for somebody that as soon as she shows up on screen, like, oh god.
Oh yeah, she's so good at being annoying. That actress is so good. You want to slap the shit out of her. You just do. You just want to. Just like, I mean, everyone looks at her like, oh my God. She's so shameless. Like she just does not care. Just,
Well, the one thing to come over to Carly and Laura at the Metro Court and to say, "Oh, well, when's the date? I'm looking for an invitation," and then just to turn it and do that aside, like because somebody's got to represent Sunny because they're gonna be dancing on the grave. Like, what? How do you expect to get an invitation? How? You can't talk
Laura was like, who's this bitch? She was sitting there just like, oh, she's just like, what? And she was calm, but Laura was just like, okay. And Carly didn't want to stop the shower. She wanted to push her on the other side of Metro Court. I was like, oh my, glad to say, yeah, that sounds like tedious work. Or yeah, she makes me laugh. I mean, to me, it's like because this character is so clueless. She's so like, I mean, but she probably is one of those people, like you said, they're out there who don't come like they're like regular folks. They don't come from this kind of world. They probably would act the same way, I guess. I mean, she acts entitled. It was just acts. I mean,
her like insistence that she is entitled to something.
I know. I know folks like that, so that's not too far off.
It is so crazy, and I mean, I guess it gave Sasha a moment. I mean, where you only know is going to end to more headaches of giving Gladys the job at Deception.
I know.
But for when Gladys comes back and says, "But if somebody asks me to get coffee," Sasha should not say they won't ask you that. Said you'll get them coffee because that's your job. That is your job.
Oh my gosh, yes, too much. Yes, it should be very interessante what happened there. Hilarious. It was nice seeing Lauren. Oh, go ahead.
But I do like Brando and Sasha. I'm digging. I mean, this is kind of the honeymoon phase of the couple.
Yes.
So it'll be curious to see what problems come up in this between the two of them, whether it's going to be between the two of them or is it going to be external like Gladys or something else that's going to try to start causing frictions in that relationship.
Yeah, I like them together. They're good. I think right now they're probably trying to find where to put Brando. Kind of, he's a Corinthos cousin.
Yeah,
he has his garage, but he also has military experience. I mean, it's like they're trying to figure it out. And Sasha's with Deception. She's off drugs. She's pregnant. So yeah, I'm curious too what they're going to do with this couple, like what the external problems will be for them. But it's interesting. Oh yeah, what's what that folks too? That's that. But yes, but I was gonna say I also love the Laura and Carly just having a little close moment. They're a family of sorts. I mean, they've been around for a long time, and they're in-laws of sorts. I mean, she was a friend of Sunny, and it's kind of nice. They have these nice. She talks to her like a older relative, and I kind of like that. And they have a lot of history. I like them together.
No, that's true. I mean, you feel like. I mean, I feel like a lot of people feel like this in Port Charles, but I think there are a few people that Carly respects or in a sense like looks up to, and I feel like Laura's one of those people where it's like I can have this conversation with you and it's all good.
It makes me miss a little bit of Luke sometimes because the Luke Caroline dynamic always made me laugh whenever they get because she didn't take shit from him or whatever. She's just like, yeah, okay, Luke, and he always called her Caroline, so maybe just made me laugh, and I miss seeing them. It made me miss that little dynamic. He's always wanting something from her. But he does. But she understood he's family, and that her mother loves him, and I guess there was always this thing. So I think it's like I miss the Spencer stuff. I guess that's what I'm getting at. I just miss the whole Spencer dynamic of yesteryear. Because I don't know where Lucas is.
No. No, there is that little bit of it doesn't have to be adversarial, but just but I feel like the Luke Carly kind of relationship is kind of like the better version of a Gladys.
Yes.
Where it can be button pushing, but it is not so all consuming that it just ruins the scene for me.
Right. Well, plus they helped each other out when they needed to. They did that whenever it came down to it. They helped each other out. I mean, because it was family. Lucas, I know. Like, let me start on that one. You recast them, they don't see them ever again. Okay.
Because I feel like if Gladys had something to offer in the world, but she's got nothing to offer, where I could understand her attitude if she also could deliver on something. But she brings nothing to the table and only wants to take. Nothing
to the table. Nothing. Whew, I know. Crazy. Another person who was staying in the chat room who are getting mad at. Your girl, And Stella. Stella she did something bad. She did something bad. She took that divorce papers and put them in her purse.
You know, I mean, because I assume Carla that Jordan had it on her outgoing tray, her outgoing mail tray. So I assume that Jordan's going to come back and see it gone and think, oh, they must have just taken my mail and sent my divorce papers in. But I'm also thinking, if it comes to divorce papers, I don't know. I think I'm going to try to, make sure I pay a little bit more attention to that than just putting it in my outgoing mail tray.
First of all, the problem, Frank, is there's an outgoing mail tray. I mean, who does that shit anymore? It's like outgoing tray. I mean, we still do that in office. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they still do. I don't know. I didn't know they still did that.
Yeah.
Took my own words.
No,
I know they still did that.
I mean, when I'm watching shows like Ted Lasso, where they can just take photographs of the signed document and text those in, and it counts to do a whole. I'm gonna actually just mail these in, and it's all
mail them in. I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm gonna put it right here.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, when Stella was praying to God, it made Kimmy Sylvester laugh. I know Stella has no shame. Yeah, I mean, Renee Watson is so good. I think she's so. Again, another actress why you may not like her is the fact she's so good. I mean, she's so good. She just she has no shame. She does not care. She wants what she wants. She likes what she likes. She does what she does. She don't care.
But I mean, I know Aunt Stella's not going to be sticking around for long because you got Bob Hart's Abishola coming back in the fall. But I like, if you're going to bring Aunt Stella back, they've given her some really good scenes, both with Jordan, both with Curtis, and especially Sean. And now you give her like something a little meaty to do, where she takes away, she secretly makes off with the divorce papers, and that can be whenever they want to blow that up, to be like, hey, guess what? You guys are really still married. I'm looking forward to seeing when that all blows up.
But you got homegirl Portia kissing my man.
Yeah, that's
they're making her at the house. They're kissing at the club. They're at the house having drinks. I mean, with the squeaky door.
That's not enough for Aunt Stella. No, that's whatever. That's like an infatuation. That's not a ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like they're working it out over there. So I think you're missing out. There's something going on over here. I mean, Jordan's like, I walked in and got my answer. I started laughing. I walked in, I got my answer. I was like, yeah, you got your answer. You were kissing. You got your answer.
Yeah. I don't know what Stella envisions happening. Where if she doesn't say anything to anybody that she still has these divorce papers, is she just expecting by just chance or luck that Jordan and Curtis kind of find their way back together? I don't know. I guess we'll see if she's going to be making other moves other than just taking away the divorce papers.
I know. I don't know, but it's very interesting. But now there's, like somebody said in chat, there's a lot of men out there running around, and there is Sean. Folks are like, Sean and Jordan obviously made a baby.
Yeah. No, I mean, Sean Butler, who I'm hoping sticks around for a while. He is, he's handsome and he's available. A lot of stuff you can do with him. But
do you think they're gonna put him with Alexis?
I'd be curious. I mean, certainly Alexis needs somebody when she gets out. She, will need a shoulder to cry on. I mean, for a while, I thought maybe they're going to dally with Martin when he was helping her with her legal problems, but that never really materialized. So, yeah, I mean, Sean is there. I wonder if the show would go back to that or not. I think it all depends on how long Sean's around.
Yeah, that's true. So, yes, the spooky door. That door got some action this week.
Yeah.
That door was. I mean, it did sound real. I've had a squeaky door. I've had a door that was kind of made no. I mean, it sounded real to me. So, kind of funny. We have that. I'm trying to go around and see which story. I'm trying to save certain storylines for. Let's talk about it now. Let's get this storyline out the way right now.
Ooh, all right.
You and I and the whole General Hospital fan base knew this was going to happen. We all knew, and but it was the longest reveal ever. I kept screaming at the TV, open the god dang freezer. Open the freezer. Open the freezer. And the alarm went off. So like the side, like, so where are the people? Like, what's going
Yeah.
on? Peter isn't in there, and no
The,
blood either, and no blood either.
yeah, just a little bit on the outside. I was asking, like, that's a nice, pristine white freezer.
It
And
was
you're saying
clean,
there's
wasn't it?
nothing?
It's cleaner than mine, and I
Yeah.
had stuff in it. I was like, it's crazy. Yeah, I was like, that's a big freezer though, too. It's a big freezer.
It was frustrating when they spent a whole episode of Finn and Anna just
Uh,
standing outside the freezer and just talking around it.
I know. I was like, open the freezer.
Yeah.
Open the freezer. I was screaming at the TV. I'm like, cheese and crackers. Like, really? I mean, guess, Frank, you tell me, wouldn't the first thing you do is open the freezer
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
talk about it and then talk about, because you think I want to see these in there.
Yeah. Nope. Gotta, and it's just, can we just get Finn, Anna, Jason, and Elizabeth just all in the room and talk together? Finn's talking to Anna. I don't know what's happening. Just talk. Why don't you guys all just talk? Just talk. Everybody's fine.
And see, and I was, it was funny because poor Elizabeth, she's like, because Jason was like, it wasn't there, even for him. So I was like, oh, oops. You finally tell Jason everything. You finally spill everything, your guts. He goes to help it out, and then now you're not even there for him either.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, she was like, what? I mean, her face was almost like, what? It was like, yeah, and that was very, and Jason's like, yeah, it's not there.
And I did like how both Finn and Elizabeth both took offense to the idea, like, well, maybe he really wasn't dead. I am a professional. What do you mean? I would know when a body is dead.
Maybe you don't, bitch. I don't know. You guys both. I mean, clearly, Zombie Peter got up or something. I mean, I don't know what had happened, but he ain't there. Mm-hmm. Somebody they said someone posted on Twitter the freezer at the Performer of the Week. That'd be funny.
I mean, I do like at least Valentine and Anna operating from the assumption that Peter is alive.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that makes the most sense.
I agree.
Even though we haven't seen any indication of anybody having watched Finn and Elizabeth. I mean, I guess there's enough wiggle room that the show could decide, like, oh, but what you didn't know is this whole time, this person happened to be conveniently watching this whole thing go down.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like I said this on another show earlier too, it's an umbrella story, which I like umbrella stories. And so, but the problem with that is, though, once Peter is found, and if he's dead or whatever, that ends the whole Bailey, Max, that whole storyline. Yeah. They have to line it up. They have to make sure, because I mean, they have to get it. They have to get Valentine and them so into the baby, and like they have to work that out. So Peter has to be gone for a while, so to speak. Yeah, there has to be a mystery of sorts.
And I feel like Peter has to be alive because you want to have whenever that's going to happen, whether it's like Nurse's Ball time. But I think it's more exciting for Peter to still be alive and discover the truth about Bailey and being really Louise, and then. So now the baby's in jeopardy, and so if Peter's dead this whole time and somebody else is just hitting the body, I think you lose those kind of payoffs.
I agree. I think at this point it's going to come to the fact of now Valentine's still involved. They think this is based. So got Valentine, Max. It's again, it'll be a great story. I mean, it could be a great story if done correctly. But I agree, he has to be alive, which pains me to say, but it has to be alive. But then you got Austin. I just had this dream that I heard. I can't really get these two women talking, but there was only one woman there when I was there. I'm like, so was Maxie right? I guess was Maxie right?
I guess I'm glad that Austin's only said this now. Hasn't mentioned it before, but
never mentioned it before. Never given an inkling, but now all of a sudden he said it in a way like, yeah, I keep thinking about these two women talking. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah, it's I'm curious. I mean, I'm liking Roger Howarth as Austin. I'm
me too.
Curious. I mean, him coming in on and seeing Chase walking.
Yes.
So he's getting little bits of stuff for himself. Yeah. I'm curious to see, what his agenda is. Is he altruistic? Is he looking for some kind of chip in the game? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. When he saw Chase, like, ooh, interesting person to have him. That person, see that.
Yeah.
And because I mean, I was even hate mentioning these words out of my mouth that's about to come out of my mouth. The words Michael and Willow. I wish I cared. I do. I tell you people out there, GH family watchers, all you GH fans, I wish I cared about Willow and Michael. I just don't. I wish I did. I wish I felt something. I just don't care. And I'm just like, and Carly almost catching them do so. I don't care. I'm just like, I just.
And I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because somebody, for people that have watched so long time and know the kind of tropes and the push and pull of a relationship. Can we be together? We can't. Oh, we finally can be. Is it that I've seen it done so many times on soaps that by now it's like I don't care anymore? Or is it that it's specifically these two characters and the way they've built this up that I specifically just don't care about these two characters in that situation? And from now, for sure, I don't care about these two. I don't.
I know. I mean, and the thing is, I don't care about Willow and Chase either. I mean, Chase is much more exciting with BLQ.
Yes.
Along with her and with anybody else. It's just he's more alive with them than he is with this whole. This triangle is not working for me because I think, again, it's built on another. Even Cardi says it's built on another lie. It's built on this other lie. So it's going to fall apart later. And now with Chase walking, something's going to happen with the two. I don't see the storyline coming. It's almost coming.
I mean, they're really setting it up for Chase to find out about Michael and Willow and not tell him that he's walking because he can hold on to Willow that much longer.
Exactly.
But because the way they have Chase always wrote, my wife. Oh, enough, Chase. I can't be, man. She wants me to be.
Oh my God. I don't care. I just don't. And I like all the actors, I like all the characters that are in it. I just don't have a feeling. I don't feel anything. I'm dead inside.
No, it's true, which is a shame. Because I mean, everybody jokes. Michael's dead girlfriend is a great mine is a great joke area for sure, certain. But now when you have it, it seems like, hey, this is something that could be set up for long term. You would think you would want the viewers to be excited about this. Like, all right, this is something this is a relationship that's going to finally last for Michael, and it's just like it's become its own joke and drawing it out so long.
I know. Oh my God. Frank is so funny. Yes, Frank is funny. I don't know. I don't want to talk about anymore. It was Waddy's birthday party. That was a big thing there. That was kind of fun. We got to see Olivia. We got to see Valentine, and then Austin came through, and it's big birthday party. Chase talking.
Yeah, is this the first birthday party that they've had for Wiley since it's been like Michael has had? Well, it's not the first because
Wiley they had one before.
Yeah, so because everybody kept on commenting about how many gifts, how many presents.
I know. I know.
Okay, everybody, we get it. All right.
Yes, I was like, enough of that storyline. Liz goes to Scott. It was hilarious to me. That whole exchange was hilarious. I love me some Ken Shriner. He's so funny. But she goes with her hypotheticals. He's like, okay, I'll go for the ride or whatever. Because it's always a friend. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing at his reaction. Like, it's always a friend. Blah blah blah. I mean, Scott's not stupid. Fun stuff. She went to the Just File a Homicide. She went to him, made it natural. But he cares about Elizabeth. Elizabeth is his family now. He cares about her. And when Jason came in, he was like, his demeanor totally changed, as it should, because he hates Jason. But he said, you better take care of her or whatever. I was like, he's like, okay, got it. I have to answer to you. He goes, that's right. I was like, Jason, don't count out him. He is, he cares about Elizabeth and the kids. He said, my first priority is you. I don't want anything to happen. I don't care about anybody else. It's you.
Yeah.
Make sure you're okay.
No, which is great. I mean, I'm glad that they're still playing up that aspect of that relationship rather than just kind of like, Franco's dead, we can just kind of forget about it. No, I'm glad that Scotty still feels himself as part of that family and has that feel of like a sense of maternal protection.
Yeah, Yes. And I want to say, shout out everybody. We have almost 50 people watching. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make this show number one.
There you
Thanks
go.
for coming in, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button if you like us. Well, if you don't like us, that's fine too. But like us, hit the like button. Everybody likes us.
Likeable.
It's fine. I'm missing a few people in the chat room though, because some people are not in here that I usually see. Must be busy today.
I'll call them out now, James. Call them out.
I
Take
don't
him
see
to task.
B. I don't see P.I. Kelly. I don't see the people I don't see in here. Like there's some folks I usually see. I don't see. I see Marlon Wallace. So we will get to that in a second, Marlon. I see Cherie. I feel like the girl from Romper Room. Where's my mirror? My glass mirror. I see Cherie R. I see Gabriella C. I see Lori Coyle. I see Joe Costanza. I see Tara Kendall. I mean, that's what she would do.
Michael B. How dare you?
Well, when I was a kid, Marianne, who was the girl who did oh my god, what did I just say the show
Romper Room?
Romper Room, she always said James.
Because she saw you.
What common name Frank, like Frank.
Nope.
Frank
Nope.
James, common names.
Nope. Because I'm sure it was James Lott Jr. She
She
said,
said, yeah, I'm 5 years old. I see James Lott Jr. That would die if she said, that'd be so funny. I see Cindy and James Lott Jr. Like, that's right. I see DT Door. I see Daisy Flower 40. I see Annie Goen. I mean, there's something like your girl Annie Goen's in here, Frank. The girl, she's in here.
for once, I think we're only because Days isn't on. Thanks,
Yeah,
Annie.
that is it. Because Daisy isn't on, Annie's in here. She go back and forth. I see Leo Hardis. I've done this in a while. Trish Watts. I see Ethel. I see Roller Skate Kate. Okay, some people I'm saying, okay, kids. Okay. Mark M. I'm trying to get some people like that. AAJR72. Okay, folks. Yeah, I see you guys.
Best name, I'll give it to Roller Skate Kate. That's a great name. Great name.
I know Roller Skate Kate. I know. She's in here. I like Roller Skate Kate too. I like to roller skate, you guys. I have roller skates. I haven't been on them in a while, but I do have them. Susan Russo. I see Susan Russo. Yep, that's right. So I see you guys. Okay, I see what's going on here. You do shout it out JLJ on Facebook. Thank you. Thanks for giving me a shout out. Sure. Okay. You're house hunting. Okay, so Frank, Mark M is watching my show and house hunting in Palm Springs.
Wow, man, somebody's leading the good life right there. Holy cow. Nice. So lucky.
I know, that's right. That's very nice of you guys. You buying a house in Palm Springs.
Show the realtor. See if she's a fan.
She's a fan. She knows who I am. And hi, Tony JC. Tony JC spelled out. Yes, I'm not rich. This is my house. I own it, but I'm not rich. I'm in Inglewood. So we don't. I live in the hood.
Some of that SoFi. You don't get that SoFi bump though.
I know. I hope so. It's starting to happen. It's starting to happen, Frank. It's starting to happen. That and the Clipper Stadium and the new Hollywood Park and all that. It's all happening right around the corner from my house. Like literally around the corner. My house.
Yeah. When the Olympics show up, oh baby, you're in the. You're gonna be golden.
I know, right there in the Olympics and everything. It's gonna be crazy talk, folks. And he goes, "I'm right here, Frank." LOL.
Yeah, finally.
It's like he's always great. Okay. The other big storyline that people are getting upset about, which I can understand because they're rewriting history, is the shooting of Hayden. It's known that Nicholas told Sam long time ago when it was the other Nicholas what had happened, and now Nicholas claims he didn't shoot Hayden. Of course, he didn't hire anybody to shoot Hayden. He don't know what she's talking. Sam, I don't know what she's talking about. They reshot flashbacks of him in this.
I thought that was interesting because when I just heard the voice, I'm like, of course I know why I'm not going to see that scene. But I was like, oh man, they actually went and did that.
They did.
That was cool.
Okay. But Nicholas is claiming the whole everything. He's saying he didn't shoot Hayden, and he doesn't know who did. Sean wants to find out who shot Hayden. He's out there trying to find out who shot Hayden. And Sam goes to Elizabeth, try to get your sister, so to speak. Like, I mean, if I remember correctly, Hayden is staying away on purpose. I think was there some threat to her? That's why she's staying away.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how Nicholas got her out of town.
Right.
It was, originally.
Right.
Kind of, she was in danger. She needed to get out.
Right.
Yeah, but I like that. Now she's. I mean, Jax has tried to find her. I don't know if Nicholas has tried to find her for real. He may have said he has, but I don't know if he really is bothered to.
Oh, hold on one second. Jane Doe. We talked about Jane Pink at the beginning of the show. I know you keep asking if we talked about it. We did already at the beginning of the show. You have to go back and watch it. Okay. But yes, I was going to ask you a question. Do you think that they're bringing back Hayden?
I mean, I figure they have to. I thought it would be a little bit more once you get like the Finn Elizabeth thing set up. But
Yes.
so you know, I mean, there's so much talk. I mean, I feel like she has to show up at some point because everybody's talking. I just thought it might be a little later.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. Me too. They're talking about her, and they said they're rewriting history. And so I'm gonna go with it. It's fine, folks. I'm not gonna get that angry about it. They're trying to set up a mystery. They're trying to figure this out. They're trying to, I guess, give Sean something to do. I guess I don't know. And with the Drew coming back too on some level, he's coming back too. There's something going on. There's a whole thing going on. And I remember when he mentioned Jax goes, I was working with her. We were working with Nicholas when he was coming back. There's a whole, again, it's another umbrella story. It's another umbrella story. She was involved in that too. And they mentioned Drew. So I'm saying there's a bunch of parts coming together. I'm just wondering because I heard Drew's coming back, but I haven't heard anything about Hayden now. That's the one thing I don't know if it's the same actress or a different actress. I have no idea. People think that they show up together or they're being held together, which I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised.
I mean, it would be great, to see, that the actress back for Hayden. But, I think the character could still serve a lot of purpose. So if you need to recast it, well, it would be unfortunate. I still think it's worth having the character be on with the recast than to not and just have, keep talking about it like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I saw Buddick and Matheson on my children's special on E. Yeah, they were there on there. I saw them on there. But I don't know. Nicholas and Hayden, I think they're still married, aren't they? Which would invalidate his marriage to Ava, I think.
Well, although, I mean, because I know he mentioned like, oh yeah, Hayden and I were, still married when I was thought dead. But I would think that once Nicholas, did Nicholas, I don't know if Nicholas had come out that he was still alive.
I don't know either.
Hayden packing.
Don't know either. Don't know.
So I would think if that's the case, well, yeah, but then I think he'd be more concerned about his marriage with Ava because it'd be like, well, no, because I think he wouldn't get married to Ava because the first time he said, I can't get married to you, I'm still married to Hayden.
Right. I think
it never came up at all, even when, Nicholas was getting blackmailed.
Yeah, I agree with you. And Sam and Curtis talked about Drew.
Yeah.
Another storyline I forgot about that. Now he goes, that was on Sonny's orders. I was waiting for Sonny. Not Sam and Curtis. That's Sam and Curtis. Sam and Sean. And he goes, it was on Sonny's orders. He almost shot her. The whole thing. I forgot about that. So, okay. So the writers are funny. They rewrite some stuff, but they remember other stuff. So it's kind of that was very interesting.
No, yeah. I mean, if this all, talk about that, Sam, she's like, I'm just so glad we could just really, get that off my chest and work this out. Whatever, Sam, whatever.
I know, whatever. Oh, and I thought of you, Frank. There was a small scene with Olivia talking to Dante about Lulu.
Finally.
I thought of you.
Yes.
He said, I'm going to bring Rocco to see his mother or whatever. And she's sensing the whole Sam stuff. But I was like, but at least they mentioned Lulu for it. I was like, fine, mention Lulu.
Yeah. And it is interesting though, because for as much as Olivia was really, angry with Lulu for what she perceived as giving up on Dante, even though Dante's the one that initiated the divorce and wanted this. I mean, she really was struggling to let Lulu off the hook about that for a while. And I don't think she ever really got over that because she felt like she was the only one fighting for Dante. But now that it's the other way, now that Lulu's in a coma and it's Dante, it's like, I'm glad to see you stop beating up on yourself. And it's just like, all right. So, I mean, because it's your son now and it's all good. Like, it's easier on him. You're not going to really sit there and say, well, what about Lulu?
Oh, Sheree R trying to start something with you, Frank. I'm going to read out loud, Sheree R.
Do it.
Frank, that's funny because when Lulu was on screen, you couldn't stand her hardly.
That doesn't mean I can't. I still don't stand her for sure, but that doesn't mean that I don't think the point is like, boy, hey, aren't you fighting for this? Okay. I mean, one person's getting taken care of for PTSD in a WSB facility somewhere in the world. The other one's in a coma in New York. So, I mean,
Yes.
I don't know. In terms of like holding on to a marriage or fighting for a marriage.
Yeah.
I feel like Dante's getting off a little easy, perhaps, by Olivia.
Perhaps. They laugh. She's laughing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please don't by no means I think this is like I want Lulu back. I mean, bring Lulu back if you're going to better her personality and give her better storylines.
I agree with that.
Bring it to Spencer. But if you're not, well, keep her sleeping for a while.
I agree with that. Okay. Spencer and Ava. Spencer is really working Ava, isn't he? The truce that really is not a truce, and he started snapping. You're already snapping already. Digging it into Ava, just digging it in.
Oh, I did like Ava calling him out on that. Like, so that really wasn't much of a truce, was it?
Like, sorry, I just kind of snapped for a second. She's like, she ain't dumb. He's like, he totally turned on her. And I could just tell you, well, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's like, excuse me, wait a minute. Thought we were gonna be like, but there's no truce. He hates her so much. He wants them gone. So that's why I feel like there's something. They brought Ryan there. Peter's somewhere out there. I think something's going to happen. I think something's going to converge where he's going to be caught up. Because Spencer's plans always blow up in his face. So this has to blow. This is going too smoothly. You know what I mean? Like something has to happen.
It is, I mean, I can understand, especially when it first happened and we didn't really know what the deal is with Nicholas, why Spencer took that so personally. But now that, I mean, like Spencer, I guess he's just not going to let go of a grudge. But the fact that, this Nicholas was alive the entire time, had lied to him about that, finally kind of makes what Ava did, while yes, in the moment, not great at all, and it's certainly hurtful. Is it such a thing that that payback is so necessary, especially to go to this extreme to get it? It seems like you're really, the response is way harsh.
Mm-hmm. It is. He's well, but I'm trying to decide if I like the character or not. I'm trying to decide because, again, the way they're playing him. So you have that going on. He does some really bad thing. I mean, he's breaking up a marriage, but then he's going to throw a rager at Windermere at some point. That's going to be happening. But we're leading to that. He has the whole Joss. I love the Carly, Joss, and him exchange. He got thrown in the pool again by Joss, of course. But that he says he's such an ass. He is such a pompous ass. And Carly is kind of amused by him. But they are kind of like family in a weird way too, because Uncle Sonny and it's just kind of, and that part I knew he was sincere about. He did love his Uncle Sonny. That part was sincere. But I'm just kind of like, it's such an interesting dynamic. They have him, Trina kind of knows he's a little creepy, kind of, but she don't know why. I mean, it's all. I don't know how I feel yet.
I mean, I feel like that's really interesting because I guess, when Spencer was younger, we have Nicholas Bechtold paying him. I mean, child actors, they weren't given on screen that much. They had bits to do in the story, but they were, they weren't the primary focus. So even if they had a lot of irritating traits like Spencer did as a child, it was for a brief amount of time. And usually when everything blew up in his face, it'd be either Nicholas or Laura, or his mom coming down from heaven. Yes. Kind of setting him straight.
Yeah.
But now that he's late teenager, early adult, he can be on screen more, so you're getting to see more of this character, and so having those kind of irritating qualities seen more often, it makes it a little bit difficult to like really root for this character. And maybe the more he's on screen, the more he fully realized he can be, and so we can see other aspects of Spencer come to light that can make him, at least, while not a maybe like a hero, but at least a character that you're like, okay, I can love him and hate him at the same time.
Yeah. I think the Rager this is what's going to come out at Spencer's party. What he did, someone thinks. Um, I can see Josh getting in the way of Trina and Spencer based on the way they almost showed them flirting kind of a little bit. Was that just me? But was there a little Josh Spencer kind of like back and forth? Even Carly was like, okay.
The way they cut between the exchanges, and they kind of linger on Josh for a second, it does make it feel like there's something like, no,
okay, like something's going on. And I was like, well, we're all protective of Trina. We love Trina, so we don't want anything to happen to her. But I'm not sure yet. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. I like the actor himself. He's having I see him online. He's having a good time, and he's having fun with this new thing with being on soaps. But I'm just curious to see how they're going to play this out a little bit. I don't know. I think he's good, but I just don't know how the character itself. Because he's coming on again. He's done something bad. Coming on doing something bad. So it's like, I guess justifiably bad. I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, it does make it a little tough. It's like you're giving your character a little hole to dig out of.
Yeah. Yes, that's what it is. Yes, that's what it is. I think there. And Cam and Josh kissing, and Liz walking in.
Yeah, which I like that in the sense where it's they're two teenagers. They're kissing, and Elizabeth has lived plenty of life, and it's not going to be like, oh no, not in my house. You're not going to do anything like that. But I could have a nice conversation with Cam about it, and I did like the conversation between Cam and Elizabeth. I thought it was great.
Yeah, to make sure that was good. Cousins Nick and Sam talked. It was about the Hayden thing, of course, and also a few other things. But the only because he saw Molly the week before. He mentioned I mean to call you and the girls because he said I mean to call you guys. Those are his cousins. But I thought Sam and Nicholas hate each other towards the end last time around. I thought. Well, maybe they're cousins. I guess it don't matter. I guess or whatever. I thought she was mad at him for something or whatever. I don't know what it was, but
I mean, isn't everybody mad at Sam? Aren't they? I mean,
I know you are.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. I mentioned in the beginning. I mentioned this in the beginning. You missed it. You weren't here. And let's see. Yeah, so we had Kirsten. Probably to make sure get everybody in there chasing. Oh yeah, Valentine apologized to Chase. Didn't see that comment.
Man, again, I can't say it enough. Just gosh, James Patrick Stewart, just awesome.
He is. He's a bomb. He's a bomb.
He is. He's great. And man, this is just a really nice sweet spot for Valentine right now. I'm just really just enjoying it. He's mixed up with the cues. He's got this stuff going on with Anna and the looming threat of Peter. What that's going to be, just man, just great.
He is. He's positioned you're right. He's positioned in a really great places in General Hospital. Like he's there. He's in several storylines. He elevates every storyline he's in. To me, he elevates. We've said this before. I think even Lucretia, we all said it. He elevates every story. I mean, not her man, but he elevates every storyline. He's so talented, and he can do comedy. He can do drama. Like I said again, I love his scenes with Brooklyn. I love his scenes with the baby. I love his scenes with Olivia. But he couldn't find his phone the other day, so I find his phone. And Livy's like, "What are you looking for? What's going on?" I mean, it feels like a house full of people. And Valentine wants to stay CEO. He wants to stay, even though Michael is pushing for Ned.
Yeah, which I mean, for this, I mean, again, as much as we'd like to see more ELQ boardroom drama, I mean, since the initial shakedown when Valentine took control, we've seen absolutely zero scenes of any ELQ boardroom stuff. So it does make me think that whatever this new shakeup is, whether Valentine keeps power or it's Ned getting power, we're still going to see zero ELQ boardroom scenes. Yeah. So, that being said, if you're not really going to see Ned around, just let Valentine just stay in power. I mean, what's the,
yes.
I don't know.
Okay, I think we've been asked this 10 times this week, but we want to know, what do we think of the Jason Britt toothbrush scene?
I mean, I feel like it existed there to give Terry a moment to find some way to approach Britt to make this chief of staff thing work. So it in and of itself, the scene was awkward and weird. Which,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It seemed like a weird scene to happen at this point in the relationship. They had already kind of had some really kind of emotional conversations about this breakup, and Britt had let her feelings be known. So to have this seemed kind of awkward, other
Yeah.
than throwing the territory.
I don't have any. Sorry, I don't have any thoughts. I just thought, yeah, that's that.
But it was weird. You owe me $5. Do you have $5?
Yeah, $5.
And then just Venmo me. How am I going to Venmo you? I don't know your
Venmo.
Venmo.
$5. Shit, of course. And yes, there is. Claudette is still out there. That's true. Claudette is still out there. So yes, Frank, I will fight you saying anything bad about Sam. Blame the writers for the shit she is saying and doing. I'm on Frank's side. I'm like, it's not just the writers. That's all I'll say about that. It's not just the writers why we're not fans of Sam these days.
It's, you know,
actors are people too. Actors are, and sometimes things go on behind the scenes we none of us know about, but sometimes it comes through on screen. I would say about the shadiness. Shady Sundance. I would say about that. It's not just the writing people. I'm sorry, because when Lindsay Hartley played Sam, it's the same writers, and I loved her portrayal of Sam. So that's just I would say about that. And also when we had the two different Brooklyns, same writers, no matter what the writers. It's look on Jason's face was like, what's Venmo? They never have like money on them or anything. They didn't even carry wallets. I'll be like, what the fuck? The girls don't even carry purses anymore. I was like, well, I don't know what they do on these shows. I don't know. They do. Anyway, so he actually pulled out a 20. I know it's like the way he pulled out an actual 20. Yeah, it wasn't fake money or anything.
No,
this guy, you don't handle money on soaps very, very often. It's kind of funny. But again, I like the evolution of Brooklyn. I like the evolution of her relationships with Chase and with Valentine, and with Michael, her cousin Michael. I think there's a lot of things that are really good that are happening with some of the characters that are starting to really happen. So I think it's but there's some characters that are just like, okay, and they can go.
No, I mean the stuff about Wiley's birthday party. I mean, even a little bit between even Chase and Austin, just like, hey, what's the scoop on this family? What do you think? And just those little bits were just great. And Valentine kind of playing Austin. Or not playing Austin, but just trying to curry Austin's favor.
We should have lunch. We should talk. He's like, I like lunch.
Yeah.
I like lunch. I'm like, why not? Shit, why not? I'm like, why not? That could be very interesting if they become bedfellows. Very interesting.
So
very
interesting. Just having Valentine in the mix, and that will be whenever the truth does come out about Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn, the baby. The
baby, Bailey.
Bailey, yes. Whenever the truth does come out and we lose that, Valentine being in Quartermaine mansion, that'll be a bummer because it's.
I know. Oh, that's so interesting. The writing for non-romantic relationships have been written and acted really well. Yeah, the thing is, this show, there isn't a lot of love stuff going on. It's a lot of pain stuff going on. It's like everybody's kind of just these moving parts. A lot of the shows these days don't have a lot of romance for some reason. Usually, usually there's a mix of romance with intrigue. Some shows are heavy on intrigue and heavy on this and not on the romance parts. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I worry about the GH being able to do the romance when I'm getting stuff like Michael and Willow sitting outside of General Hospital. And Michael saying, making love to you. Like, oh, ugh. If that's the kind of stuff you're going to give me in terms of trying to build up get me invested in a romance, I'll pass. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So that was your week that was on General Hospital, kids. And we'll be back again next week, of course, talking more about General Hospital. And at the very end of Friday, of course, with Frank, before we go, who do you think the person is standing there?
I mean, it's Willow's mom.
I think so too. I would say it's Harmony. That's what I was thinking. It's Harmony. We haven't seen her in a long time. We haven't seen her in so long. I'm like, it has to be her.
I'll be curious. I mean, because it doesn't seem like, other than that, she was working for Cyrus,
Right.
but that really never got really followed up on anywhere. Nothing really
Yeah.
came of it. But I don't think she really. I mean, Willow's concerned about it, but they weren't at odds or anything. So
Right.
I think it should be. I mean, her coming to this party should be fine. You would think.
We'll see. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's my prediction. It's her too.
Yeah, but even because, but it was the kind of. I mean, other than just like it's a Friday cliffhanger, who's at the door? It doesn't seem like it's going to warrant the kind of build up. Like, you're kind of building up who could it be?
Yeah.
Because I don't foresee like any terrible fallout between the two of them.
No.
Not that there won't be, that they can't make something happen, but it seemed like the characters were in a good spot previously.
I don't know. Who knows? All right, buddy. You can follow Frank Moran at Happy Go Jackie if you just feel like it. Me at James Lodge Jr. wherever you feel like it.
So,
Oh my God. And thanks for making this #1 show. Thank you. My show with Max will not be live because he's 7 years old. So it will not be live. We'll be recording it, but it will be out tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon, it'll be out. You guys, as soon as we're done, I'm going to look at it, put it out. Well, it'll be after 1 p.m. It'll be out sometime. I'm talking to him at a certain time, but it won't be live just because it's just for kids. We're going to figure that out.
It's like a 3-hour conversation?
It's a 3-hour interview, yes, with a 7-year-old. Exactly.
Perfect.
No, but it will be out tomorrow. So you guys will see. I know everybody's waiting for it. You guys will see it. It'll be out tomorrow. I'm very excited. We mentioned Cameron and Jocelyn earlier too. Okay. Everybody, we'll see you guys next. Have a good week, you guys. I mean, I'm like, we come on at 4:00, so we talked about we talked for over an hour. We did talk about stuff. We talked about all of it. We did.
James needs some rest, people.
I need to rest, people. I'm tired. We did talk about it. So